One Zambia, One Nation. Welcome to ZANIS News. I'm your caster, Alice Banda, and our sign language interpreter is Joas Shikombwe. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. President Hichilema confers with Catholic bishops. 26th SADC Ministerial Committee meeting closes with commitment to enhance peace and security. Civil Servants Union support calls to investigate FIC report, plus Northwestern Council of Chiefs advises traditional leaders on succession resolutions. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says there is a partial breakthrough to the energy and drought crisis that the country is facing. President Hichilema says he is confident that with the measures government is implementing to curb the drought and energy crisis in the country, the problems will soon be addressed. He notes that government has been working tirelessly to ensure that the drought, which has instigated food and energy insecurity, is dealt with. The head of state said this at State House today when he met the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishop members. James Malumba forwarding this report.
President Hakainde Hichilema today met the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops at State House. The aim of the meeting was for the bishops and the head of state to interact and share knowledge on a number of issues pertaining to the country's economy. And President Hichilema is confident that with the measures that government has put in place to curb the drought and the energy crisis that the country is currently faced with, the two challenges will be arrested.
Sleepless nights we're spending to find a solution to the energy crisis. We think we are breaking through. As that yesterday, we are confident now the solution is in sight, partial solution at least. When I say partial solution, I don't mean one bullet, one shot. I mean a myriad of measures that we are putting together. I think soon they will come to fruition and communities will see the value of this behind the scenes work. So food insecurity, energy insecurity, consequentially number 3, a risk to an economic shutdown. Because without energy, you shut down the economy.
President Hichilema has since called on the church to partner with government and help address the economic challenges.
So we really need to work together in this year more than ever before between the government and the church. The Board of Christ, Catholic Church being the largest church, I think there's really no choice for us to work together. And other churches. We were at the Reformed Church last week. We discussed the same issue in the side rooms before the open service. We've been meeting various churches to seek their partnership, their support.
Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishop President Ignatius Chama reaffirmed the church's commitment to working with government.
As a nation and its leaders, they're supposed to come together to dialogue over matters that affect, the nation. So that's why we are here. And on behalf of my brothers, I would like to say thank you very much.
Jane Simalumba, ZANIS in Lusaka.
President Hakainde Hichilema says government believes in dialogue for the development of the country. President Hichilema notes that Zambia is known for solving problems and not street fights. President Hichilema said this when the Magistrates and Judges Association of Zambia, Majaz members, called on him at State House today. President Hichilema explained that the judiciary is an important arm of government, stating that it is important for the two to dialogue in order to develop the country. And Majaz President Mwamba Chanda has commended government for its dedication to uphold the rule of law and to ensure that justice prevails in the country. Judge Chanda said her members are dedicated to serve the people of Zambia with integrity and impartiality.
Our approach here is to dialogue. Our approach is not to have street fights. No solution comes out of street fights, nowhere. And we are a believer or believers in dialogue. We say so to many citizens that in a country like ours, which is known for doing things, solving things or problems through reaching out to each other, I call it toy in the streets is not the way to solve problems, because we are here to talk to each other, and no problem is insurmountable, no problem at all. So that's a frame that we come to the meeting with, and we believe if we're able to resolve those issues, we're resolving issues that affect all of us. Judiciary is a very, very important arm of government. In one government. There are no three governments, Madam President. There's only one government here. And the government has components. It has the executive, it has the legislature, it has the judiciary, and that's just the way things are set up. And I think it's important that we all pull together.
We appreciate your dedication to upholding the rule of law and ensuring justice in our society. As adjudicators, our members are committed to serving our country with integrity, fairness, and impartiality. We understand the weight of our responsibilities and the importance of our decisions in maintaining a just and equitable society. Mr. President, as an association, we are elated to note that upholding the rule of law has been on top of your agenda for this country. The rule of law is central to constitutional democracy, on which this country rests, and upholding the rule of law ensures that human rights enshrined in the Constitution are duly observed and respected. The rule of law is a catalyst for attaining social and economic development as investors, both local and foreign, seek to invest in jurisdictions where the rule of law is upheld.
Minister of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata says the introduction of 105 megawatts at Ndola Energy Company is cushioning the current load management. Mr. Kapata said that the adding of the megawatts to the national grid is in line with the government's agenda of ensuring that the country has a reduction in power deficit. He was speaking when he toured the company. Here is a report.
In June this year, government commissioned operations at Ndola Energy Company, where 105 megawatts of electricity is being produced and transmitted into the grid. To appreciate the works being done by the company so far, Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata has toured the company and is impressed.
Government's position is in line with what Ndola Energy is doing, evacuating, of course, 105 megawatts into the national grid. And as government, we are equally impressed that obviously we have been putting up pronouncements talking about Mamba coming on board with 300 megawatts. Another step forward with regards to government is that each and every prone drought area or prone areas with regards non-availability of proper rainfall pattern will definitely have solar projects that will be provided by the government of the Republic of Zambia. Chibombo, we are talking about Siavonga, we are talking about a lot of districts in the Luapula Valley, Muchinga, northern provinces who will have the solar projects to be funded by government.
Mr. Kapata says government is carrying out several interventions to ensure power deficit is cushioned.
Solar projects that we've been talking about, if they are integrated into the national grid, because we can't stop the water from going down. We cannot stop the water from going down as a result of the weather pattern. But all we can do as government is to create that environment for investment in the alternative energy. Other than the great partnership of Ndola, what they are doing, the solar projects that have already been signed for various places, various districts will come on board, and we should be able to reach the deficit somewhere much more comfortable, so that there is this consistency of the supply of power to the citizens of this country who have been complaining about the inconsistency. Like we said earlier on, some of these challenges, especially with regards to the importation of power, as a result of frauds and obviously some vandalism in those countries where the power is coming from. And we can't stop that while we import as ZESCO Limited, a company owned by this country, by this government. So if those challenges are happening in those areas and we tell people, no, there will be consistency and challenges happen there, obviously we will have to polish up. And alternative energy in this case is the way forward.
Ndola Energy Company management has appreciated government for allowing the company to help with the cushioning of power deficit.
We want to appreciate the government for the efforts that they are putting on to resolve the power crisis in the country. We want to confirm that the government is already assisting and supporting power generators in the country. That's why we are able to inject the 105 megawatts into the system, which is really supporting the system in Zambia. So we're happy, and we are happy because we are part of the solution and the intervention of the government.
There is urgent need to identify renewable energy and alternative sources to mitigate the power generation deficit, and Ndola Energy is part of the alternatives. Nelly Bota for ZANIS in Ndola.
In agriculture news, Chief Chikaza Munyama of Iteji District has urged citizens to grow winter maize as part of a comprehensive strategy to mitigate the effects of the El Nino-induced drought. Chief Chikaza Munyama and his subjects engaged in winter maize production in March this year as a way to support the government's programs on winter maize production. Frederick Mwansa has more in this report.
Amid the arid Kafue flats lies a striking expanse of lush greenery, a 2-hectare winter maize field that stands out against the dry surroundings. This winter maize field is a response to the El Nino-induced drought in Iteji. It is a success story narrated by the community, showcasing resilience and determination in the face of adversity.
So twakasoreka kulima bora mtu alima iyo twaguzanda ko luyo hikwamba ati hulumene next time ambwene latuzungiro kwambuya atushomeha kwamba tukulima so kwamba ambwene tulakuro haku kitabuti kusumpula ko ubamwi batakoha kuchiro kwamba oba kitabuti mabayo here ha chintu chitulombesha maningo koyome narombaka soda pampu kwamba ndakwata soda pampu kwa wamwe ndimile busena bobwa ndakoha kulima busena mukando kuti ndakwata kisebe hosha kulima.
Just a few meters away, another 2-hectare winter maize field thrives, cultivated by Chief Chikaza Munyama. Chief Chikaza Munyama has bravely taken on the challenge to combating drought by cultivating winter maize.
Yeah, this field, it was planted on 17th March 2024. It is the one which flagged off the season by the Honorable Minister for Southern Province, Mr. Kreden and Joe. So as you can see, this is the 419 Sidiko, and it is doing very well. It's about 2 hectares of this maize, and we took advantage of the pronouncement by the head of state so that we respond to the effects of the drought and climate change. And as you can see, it is now winter, and we will be harvesting in a month's time. So there are things which are very cardinal in winter maize. You have to have enough pesticides to kill the pests. You need water and seed plus manpower, and also fencing the area so that it is secure from cattle.
Their efforts have made them pioneers in year-round food production. Frederick Mwansa, ZANIS Iteji.
Over 10,000 people are set to benefit from the drought emergency cash transfer in Lusangazi district of Eastern Province. Lusangazi District Social Welfare Officer Riston Njovu revealed this during a sensitization meeting for the Drought Emergency Cash Transfer Program. And Lusangazi Council Chairperson Blackson Tembo called on beneficiaries of the Drought Emergency Social Cash Transfer to use the funds for food security.
But on the enumeration exercise of potential households to benefit from the drought measures cash transfer. So as a district, we have managed to enumerate 12,604 households, where 10,124 had passed the PMT, 10,124 who are not on the social cash transfer. Then we have 10,778 who are social cash transfer beneficiaries. So those who are on social cash transfer, they will receive a 200 kwacha per month. Then per bi-monthly they will get a 400 kwacha. So meaning that those who get 400 kwacha in a normal social cash transfer, they will get 800 kwacha. Then the disabled, they get 800 kwacha as a normal transfer value. So 800 kwacha plus the 400 kwacha, they will get 1,200 kwacha. So that payment is for to start during the payment period of May-June. So those not on social cash transfer, the 10,124, they will get 800 kwacha per household.
Akatenga kawampini kaja fast atamangina pa FRA shed or depot and buy, because the purpose of this money is to mitigate the poverty that is anticipated or that has been exhibited in our midst. So let's encourage our people. It's not for Bwandire, it's not for my hair doing, it's not for drinking, but whenever they get, at least they rush to Bwandire, to FRA and get 1 bag, 2 bags, they save it, because I think in the next 3 or 4 months, we may not have those maize that we are seeing today.
We take our first break. Stay tuned for more stories.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, Topstar Platform, Channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
The 26th session of the Ministerial Committee of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation of the Southern African Development Community SADC has closed. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and Chairperson of the organ, Mlambo Haembe, officially closed the meeting, highlighting the regional body's resolve towards the promotion of peace and democracy within the region. Details in this report.
After 2 days of deliberations, the 26th session of the SADC Ministerial Committee of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation has come to a close. During the meeting chaired by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mlambo Haembe, the ministers reviewed the political and security situation in the region, including progress in Mozambique and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The meeting was preceded by a meeting of senior officials held on 8th July 2024. In his closing remarks, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and Chairperson of the organ observed that the region has continued to show positive signs in the consolidation of democracy as observed during the 2023-2024 electoral cycle.
Our meeting highlighted the fact that the region has continued to show positive signs in the consolidation of democracy as observed during the 2023-2024 electoral cycle, through the holding of successful presidential and legislative elections in the Kingdom of Eswatini, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the republics of Madagascar, South Africa, and Zimbabwe.
Mr. Haembe also revealed that the meeting announced the withdrawal of SADC mission in Mozambique, Samim, by 15th July after carrying out its mandate.
Distinguished delegates, the meeting noted that as one mission recently began, another is drawing to a close. The SADC mission in Mozambique will fully withdraw by 15th July 2024 from Pemba, Cabo Delgado province, having carried out its mandate. It is my ardent hope that recommendations made here will favorably be considered by our heads of state and government at the upcoming SADC summit to be convened in Harare, Zimbabwe in August 2024.
He further expressed gratitude to member states for the support rendered to Zambia during her tenure as chairman of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation.
May I also take this opportunity to reaffirm the commitment of the government of the Republic of Zambia to offer support to the United Republic of Tanzania as they assume the chair of the organ. Furthermore, it would be remiss of me if I did not express my sincere gratitude to all member states for the support rendered to Zambia during her tenure as chair of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation.
The meeting was a build-up to the 44th Ordinary Summit of Heads of State and Government to be held on 17th August 2024 in Harare, Zimbabwe, under the theme, Promoting Innovation to Unlock Opportunities for Sustainable Economic Growth and Development Towards Industrialized SADC. Audrey Kalenga, for ZANIS in Lusaka.
In other news, the Association of Chinese Cooperation in Zambia has today held its first annual general meeting and economic symposium in Lusaka. Speaking when he officiated at the symposium, Acting Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Rodney Sikumba, has urged the Chinese investors to take advantage of the timely issuance of investment licensing by the Zambia Development Agency. Mr. Sikumba stated that the symposium will establish a strong foundation for strategic business and economic interaction that will deepen good relations by fostering investment between Zambia and China. Mona Chibende has more in this report.
In Zambia, SADC has today held its first 2023-2024 annual general meeting and economic symposium in Lusaka aimed at forming long-term viable economic collaborations between Zambian and Chinese companies that will contribute to the growth of both countries. This year's SADC annual general meeting and economic symposium is themed Harnessing the Momentum to create new development opportunities in the China-Zambia cooperation. And Acting Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Rodney Sikumba, officiated at the symposium.
6 years today is one indication that Zambia and China have created friendship over a long period of time. And we all know that once you create that particular friendship, you invariably create business relations. And His Excellency the President has been on record suggesting that it's always good to do business on a round table. And I'm very delighted that Director General for Zambia Development Agency much earlier mentioned that as soon as you're done with your discussions in this room, we need to see results. And these results can only be achieved when you create what we like to call as deal rooms. Recognize that China is a global leader in the production and use of power, and it also advanced technologies in agriculture, energy production and manufacturing, among others, which Zambia could benefit from. We are therefore calling upon, as I mentioned earlier, the business community to take advantage of this opportunity that has been presented to ourselves. Zambia, ladies and gentlemen, is currently implementing her 8th National Development Plan with the main focus of accelerating and creation of a diversified and resilient economy towards a sustainable wealth creation and industrialization. We therefore invite more investors from China to get involved in Zambia's priority sectors such as agriculture, as I mentioned earlier, agro-processing, mining and minerals beneficiation, tourism and energy. 3 hours. And 3 hours is very good time. And I don't think we should take that very, very lightly. Most of our business colleagues in the past, not now, but in the past, have actually complained about the lengthy processes that government officials take to just get a small piece of document, which will now take you to the next level.
And the Association of Chinese Cooperation in Zambia, SADC representative, expressed China's willingness to support the Zambian industries.
The SADC was established in 2005. It represents Chinese state-owned and private enterprises in Zambia. To date, the SADC has grown to over 70 members, covering key sectors such as mining, manufacturing, construction, finance, hospitality, agriculture, and health. We have a member team composed of leading experts in various fields, and we also maintain close relationship with many industry experts and research institutions. We are willing and able to support Zambia's industrial and social development. We are also very happy to leverage our expertise and contribute to the rapid development of Zambia.
Meanwhile, Zambia Development Agency Director General highlighted the milestones made by the agency.
And the Zambia Development Agency will continue to facilitate to make sure that we make Zambia the best destination for investment. And we've done a lot of work as an agency just to make your work as investors very, very simple and very, very fast in terms of the law, the Investment, Trade and Business Development Act. We have reviewed it to make sure that you, our investors, if you decide to renew or you decide to expand your project, we now provide additional incentives, even on brown projects. Previously, it was just only green investments. We'll provide incentives such as customs duty-free and also accelerated depreciation, and in some cases, 10 years tax holiday. We also guarantee you, our investors, that your agency, the Zambia Development Agency, has evolved. Previously, it used to take you 30 days to get the investment license. But now, because we listen to you and we value you so much under the new dispensation of the new Dawn government, if you come for a renewal or expansion project, you come with all the documents and we know you. Within 3 hours of submitting your documents, you will get the investment license.
Munachi 24 ZANIS in Lusaka.
The news continues. The Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union of Zambia has backed the directive by President Hakainde Hichilema for investigations into the financial irregularities highlighted in the 2023 Financial Intelligence Center report. Speaking during the 3rd Copper Belt Provincial Conference in Kitwe, Union President Joy Wene expressed disappointment with the high levels of financial irregularities highlighted in the report and pledged support in the fight against corruption. Details in the following report.
As government intensifies the fight against corruption, the Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union of Zambia has also joined in this noble cause. During its 3rd Copper Belt Provincial Conference in Kitwe, the union backed President Hakainde Hichilema's directive for investigations into the financial irregularities highlighted in the 2023 Financial Intelligence Center FIC report.
This issue of corruption, and I want to talk to my people, whoever works under procurement, colleagues, stay away from corruption. We are leaders. We don't want to go and start appearing before a disciplinary committee over these issues of corruption, especially procurement colleagues. These are the things which are making President HH to have sleepless nights. Procurement. So corruption, it was there, it is still there. But the truth of the matter, colleagues, is that President HH, we know, is determined. All what he needs is men and women like me and you to fight this corruption. Can we stand up and be counted as we fight corruption? Bona DC, our guest of honor today, corruption is real. We saw it there, it has come. We need to quickly see our best. There is no way 21 million given to this company. They have failed to supply things up to today. We are jokers in this country. When we shall go as the CTU now to State House, we shall tell President, we are ready to help you to fight this.
The union leadership also called for the review of the NAPSA Act.
Government is one with two schemes. One is Public Service Pensions Fund. The other one is NAPSA. This one, guess of all, it's where when you retire, you are given a lump sum. From there, you are put on annuity, meaning there will be a monthly something coming, but you could have gotten your lump sum. The other one, guest of honor, there is literally nothing in terms of lump sum. The big question.
That's the C in that change. We promise the people that we commit ourselves in fighting corruption. But this one, we cannot fight it alone. All the workers, your allied workers, will help us fight this corruption.
The move by the union to support the fight against corruption is a positive step, as it is expected to uproot corrupt vices in government. Liz Ngobika reporting for ZANIS in Kitwe.
We take our second break. Stay tuned for the rest of the news, including education news.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Welcome back. Campaign for Female Education Comfort Zambia is currently supporting over 1,000 girls with academic and school fees in 17 secondary schools in Mumbwa district. Comfort Zambia Mumbwa Programs Officer Sharon Bwalia has disclosed this to ZANIS in Mumbwa. More in the following report.
So just be yourself, love yourself, and continue focusing.
She is one of the 72 Comfort learner guides offering My Better World lessons to pupils at Kalirwe Secondary School in Mumbwa district. Sharon Bwalia, Comfort District Programs Officer, explains the role of her organization in offering My Better World lessons to pupils at Kalirwe Secondary School.
We are supporting girls in 17 secondary schools. And from these 17 secondary schools, we are supporting 1,181 girls from those schools. And in those 17 schools, we also have some boarding schools that we are also paying boarding fees.
Teacher mentor Yvonne Mulambo and Assistant District Resource Coordinator Lista Mianda appreciate the interventions of Comfort in schools.
Now that Comfort have come on board, they are helping us to give the learners with pads, and those pads are helping to give them every day such that they can take care of themselves as they come to school. And
the learners are encouraged to form study groups, and also they are helped in terms of handling homework. So it has such a positive impact in the education system.
Chiembekezo Shawa narrates what she has learned from the Comfort Learner Guide session.
I've learned that I'm supposed to be confident in what I'm doing. I have to be a person who feels for others. I'm not supposed to be selfish. I'm supposed to be selfless.
Krugas Yankuru, ZANIS, Mumbwa.
From Mumbwa, we take you to Chadiza in Eastern Province. About 1,900 schoolgirls are getting support from government through the Keeping Girls in School KGS program in Chadiza district of Eastern Province. Chadiza District Commissioner Malan Zimba says government will continue to prioritize education through various policies such as KGS, re-entry policy and free education. Here are the details.
They say education is an equalizer to a successful life. The reasons behind government's policies to educate more children. Government came up with a strategy to support girls whose parents are under social cash transfer through a program dubbed Keep the Girls in School, and Chadiza is among the beneficiaries. Currently, 1,900 girls are supported by government through KGS, and today a symposium has been held.
And your government, your president, President Hakainde Hichilema, has given you that opportunity to go to school for free, to go to university for free. So today, we are gathering here, not just to fulfill a day, but we are gathering to celebrate the remarkable strides we have made in ensuring that girls receive the education they deserve. KGS Chadiza so far is supporting learners or beneficiaries totaling to 1,900.
The girls are grateful to government.
I would like to thank His Excellency Dr. Hakainde Hichilema for giving us this opportunity to learn. The KGS has made it possible for us girls to learn freely from grade 8 to tertiary. This brought light to the girl child. The KGS pays for girls the boarding fee and school grant. Grant is used for buying school requisites. For this, we would like to appreciate the government for partnering with the World Bank.
The District Education Board Secretary Office pledges continued quality education.
What we're doing here anchors only three principles in our action plan, which is access, equity, and equality. We want to promise that we are going to strive to ensure that all the learners, including boys and especially girls, have access to education.
Jubel Zulu, ZANIS, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
Still in education news, but in Southern Province, community members in Dundumwezi constituency say the inadequate school desks in some learning institutions may negatively impact on the performance of pupils. Details in this report.
Despite the presidential directive that no child should sit on the floor, following the introduction of the free education policy, the state of affairs in this school has not changed. Here at Naluja Primary School in Dundumwezi constituency in Kalomo district, over 1,000 pupils ranging from grade 1 to grade 9 have to share only 83 desks, resulting in some pupils having to sit on the floor. This state of affairs remains a concern for school authorities here.
Actually, we are seeing a number of children coming back to school almost weekly because of the policies which have been introduced by the government. The community has responded very well to this policy. Now, the challenge has come with this policy is that we do not have enough infrastructure, especially furniture. In terms of CDF desks, we have not received anything. Most of our children are sharing desks, 4 per desk. Others are still sitting on the floor. Our appeal is that let the councils through CDF give us enough desks to cater for our learners. It is impacting on our learners in terms of performance, because definitely a child seated on the floor cannot do well.
Concerned with this situation, the Ward Development Committee chairperson in this area has pledged action.
There are few desks against an enrollment of 1,000 plus. Most of the children are still sitting on the floor. So, as a Ward Development Committee, we shall see the authorities in Kalomo to discuss those issues.
Community members are not only concerned about inadequate desks, but are also calling for interventions to mitigate effects of food insecurity on school-going children.
Some homes, they cannot allow or afford to have 2 meals. Instead, it's just 1. And with the hunger situation, which is coming as a result of the drought that we experienced, this has even affected the absenteeism in schools. So seek for more interventions through the current government. If, for example, they can provide feeding programs in these schools, it is going to motivate learners coming to school.
Lisa Musole, ZANIS, in Kalomo District, Southern Province.
More in the news, Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development Permanent Secretary Sobeta Mtelo has implored parents and guardians to encourage children to be entrepreneurs at a young age. Ms. Mtelo was speaking in a speech read for her by Assistant Director Business Development and Grants Pamela Chitulangoma during the launch of the Entrepreneurship Day at Marian Hills Mission School in Makeni area. Details in the following report.
These pupils at Marian Hill Mission School are having a feel of what it is like to be an entrepreneur. This follows the launch of the Entrepreneurship Day at their school. School head girl Hannah Shalumba highlights the importance of the day.
We are here to celebrate Entrepreneurs Day, an event designed to inspire and educate students about entrepreneurship, innovation, and business skills. It is an opportunity for us learners to explore the world of entrepreneurship by setting up our stores and selling goods, developing our creativity, and gaining practical experience in starting and running a business.
School management and government had this to share.
As a school, Marian Hill Mission School, we would like to ensure that our learners are equipped with various business trades. That we show them the education is not only formal employment, but that education is cardinal for entrepreneurship, which is also another form of employment.
For starting this new curriculum for the children in a practical way, the government, the Minister of SADC in particular, which is a new ministry to be established in 2021, was established exactly for this cause, and we are very happy to see that the school, Marian Hill, has taken this up. So to the principal, to the head teacher, to the parents, and everybody that is involved in this day, very good job, and thank you very much.
Shilika Chabalengula for ZANIS in Lusaka.
Save the Children has expressed happiness with the progress made in the implementation of the Sexual Reproductive Health Rights Knows No Borders project in Chipata District. Save the Children Sponsorship Program Manager Richard Kaliata says the project aims to improve the sexual reproductive health outcomes for young and vulnerable populations. Sylvester Chimba now reports.
Save the Children is happy with the progress made in the implementation of the Sexual Reproductive Health Rights HIV Knows No Borders project. The program aims to improve the sexual reproductive health rights and HIV/AIDS outcomes, as well as quality of life for young vulnerable populations aged between 10 and 29 years of age. Save the Children Eastern Province Sponsorship Program Manager Richard Kaliata visited Katandala Clinic to appreciate the implementation of the project by the implementing partners.
The peer educators are on course in terms of orienting the community on issues of HIV and AIDS, on issues of teen pregnancy, child marriages, and other issues that are concerning the young people in the Katandala community. The peer educators gave us the reports of what the work that they are doing in Katandala, and these statistics are showing that there's a decrease in terms of all these areas. They even gave us examples of what is happening in their communities, that young people have access to family planning services such as condoms. So this is a good thing, because young people have got access to these products like family planning pills condoms and other services.
The traditional leadership has commended Save the Children for this initiative.
Tibapempha kuti bapitirize maphunziro bawo, bapitirize kuphunzisa kuti vana vamene sivanalandireko maphunziro ava balandire maphunziro kuti bakankhale vana ochita bwino. Chifukwa pali nkhani ya matenda akatengera bafanika zonse izi mayuthi baphunzisidwe, chifukwa matenda akatengera ni matenda oyipa kwambiri. So kupyolera mumabungwe ava ba Save the Children bathandizira kuphunzisa za kupewa kwa matenda akatengera.
And the implementing partner, Chisomo Community Program, outlined how the project is moving.
And we are happy we are seeing that collaboration, that networking and supporting each other so that our people in the communities are able to receive the services that they are supposed to receive. This project is looking at service provision in terms of information, dissemination, access to services, and also to create an enabling environment. And that's why today we have even the traditional leaders present. It's because we want to create the environment safe for the people to access the services.
The change agents on the ground are spearheading the implementation of the project in the district.
Challenges ma community ni ambili. Njira zakaena tinapunzira kudala like menstrual hygiene. Timangala tipita ma community mwatu kunzisa vana kapeni pa school design kwa kunzisa how to make a reusable pad. But how can we teach someone who don't have resources? So yangaramunga itivuta my resources, yes you can teach Sarah saying usable pad kufunga kanyula sinikabuka form kati or one, but we don't have those forms there. We don't have any materials here. So yes, information is out there, but resources are not there.
Sylvester Chimba for ZANIS in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
And finally, in the news, Northwestern Province Council of Chiefs Chairperson Chief Momena has appealed to all chiefdoms in the province with active court cases to withdraw them so that they are resolved traditionally. Chief Momena says succession wrangles are not matters that ought to be handled in the courts of law. More in the following report.
The Council of Chiefs in Northwestern Province have held another successful annual meeting to discuss various issues affecting the province and the nation. The Council Chairperson, Chief Momena, in his address, touches on intense succession wrangles that have been taking place in the province.
We have chiefdoms where there have been ongoing wrangles, and for as long as these wrangles continue, the people are denied peace, tranquility, and development. We want the people to have their own fair share of peace. The courts have no solutions. They may not even have a code of conduct of what we do in the royal establishments. Meanwhile, you take it to them.
Provincial Acting Deputy Permanent Secretary Tredson Mulofwa appreciates the traditional leadership for their efforts.
We are lucky and we are happy because you take keen interest to develop this country, this nation. Where is this development starts from? Your Royal says it starts from your chiefdoms.
Meanwhile, the traditional leadership have a concern.
I am aware that similar meetings of this nature, Deputy PS, have taken place in other provinces and they've been fully supported by the government coffers. They've been fully supported by government coffers in other provinces. Alas, this one for this province has not been sponsored in any way, not even with a coin.
Reporting for ZANIS in Solwezi District, Jennifer Mutoshi.
That item brings us to the close of the news. But before we go, let's have a look at the summary of the stories that made headlines. President Hichilema confers with Catholic bishops. 26th SADC Ministerial Committee meeting closes with commitment to enhance peace and security. Civil Servants Union support calls to investigate FIC's report, plus Northwestern Council of Chiefs advises traditional leaders on succession resolutions. On behalf of the entire ZANIS production team, not forgetting Joas Shikombwe, our sign language interpreter, I'm Alice Banda saying goodbye and God bless you.